Hi guys and welcome to the channel. My name is Nick O'Leary. Now today we've got one of Mercedes-Benz's longest standing models. Years and years ago it used to be called the M-Class or ML, but most recently it changed the name GLE. Now the GLE sits right near the top in the Mercedes-Benz range, with the GLS taking the crown position. And quite simply, if you ever see the letters GL, it means Geländewagen in German, and what that translates to in English is an SUV or off-road utility vehicle. So this is quite simply an SUV E-Class, that's what it's been bumped up from. Now the GLE was actually announced at the 2018 Paris Motor Show the same year that the A-Class hatchback was announced as well. So both of them feature these awesome dual bonded widescreen displays taken straight from the S-Class and do feature a lot of S-Class luxuries. Now the whole car is big. It's the second largest SUV in the range, but rightly so, because if you opt for it, you can get this in a 7-seater. Now what we have here today is the 7-seater option in the GLE, and standard across the whole range, all GLEs have a 630 litre boot, unless of course you go for the hybrid, then the battery will be kind of under here, and then that's only a 5-seater anyway. But the rest of them, as I said, it's 630 litres. Now if you fold the seats down, it's actually 2055 litres, which is massive. It's a huge amount of space, and because you're going further up the Mercedes-Benz range, you have to do less things. It's more luxurious. So folding the seats down, you don't have to do that manually. It's all electric. You just press a button and the seats will fold down completely flat. Pretty neat. If you're not opting for the GLE 350DE, you'll also get a tiny bit of underfloor storage space, which is perfect if you want to store the boot cover when you bring the seats up. The front row of seats are fully electric. The second are electric too, but just note the third row of seats at the very back are released using these catches. And to make use of all space, on the second row of seats you can fold the backrest and move the seats forwards or backwards to adjust the third row seat's legroom. Getting in is quite easy. You just simply flick this button here, but for obvious reasons it's not for full-sized adults. But for anyone who does get in, there's cup holders and even USB-C ports to charge your phone. Now, as I mentioned at the start, the interior of the GLE has been taken straight from the S-Class saloon. So the S-Class has always had these dual widescreen displays, and it's kind of the in thing now. It's appearing in so many models, and rightly so. It's a real head turner. Now, running on the screen is MBUX, which is Mercedes-Benz's latest multimedia system. There's several ways to use it. So you can use a touchpad in the middle, just by swiping this left and right to go through the relevant menus. It's also a touch screen as well, you can literally use it as a touch screen. There's touchpads on the steering wheel as well, so left one controlling the left screen, and then of course the right one controlling the right screen. And then handily as well, right here there's this kind of resting pad, so you can rest your hand on here to control this screen. A lot of people always think, funnily enough, that this is actually the gear stick. Now Mercedes-Benz's gear sticks are actually over here on the right hand side of the steering wheel. So quite simply, you've got up for reverse and down for drive, and then the button on the end for park. And the handbrake's automatic as well, so it will come on automatically when you put it in park and come off automatically when you put it in drive. So it's pretty neat. Now another way of controlling the car is using your voice. And in cars that feature MBUX, you can actually talk to the car, a bit like those kind of smart speakers at home with like Amazon Alexa or Google. But this one's obviously car specific. So, hey Mercedes.
How can I help?
Can you turn on my heated seat, please?
Seat heating is turned on.
Just like that, my heated seat's on. I'll turn them off for now though. But the best thing about this is typically you'll be driving, you'll have your hands on the wheel, and you can give it commands while driving. So these could be virtually anything for this screen. So you could ask it anything on your phone book, so phone people in your phone book, read out text messages, navigate to places on the sat-nav with points of interest or postcodes, play a radio station or music off your phone, and car-specific things. Adjust the temperature, turn on lights, seat heating. It's quite clever, really. Now, if MBUX isn't for you, there is also the option of a thing called the Smartphone Integration Package, which incorporates the use of your phone to the screen. So if you have an Apple device, this will be called Apple CarPlay, and if you are running a phone that has Android, then this will be called Android Auto. Quite simply, in Mercedes-Benz cars, you'll just need a USB-C to USB adapter if your phone doesn't feature USB natively. Plug it into the port in here, and then you can control your phone on the screen. But the way it works is you use one or the other, so you'll use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto depending on your phone, or use MBUX. You don't use a combination of those two, it's one or the other. Now, part of MBUX experience as well is adjusting and personalising this screen, the instrument cluster. So I've got a little bit creative at the moment. You can see I've got music on the left with a map in the middle and then eco display on the right hand side. Now you can change these. You'll just use this touchpad here on the right hand side of the steering wheel, and you just kind of swipe left or right and you notice the cursor will change from one side to the other. And when you're on that particular thing, you just swipe up or down and it'll go through these different modes. Now you can, if you want to, have more traditional dials with the speed nice and big in the middle. And on top of this, there are themes as well. So if we go across to the styles and display, you can change it to a classic theme. So this is going to have more kind of turquoisey kind of colours. There is a sport theme as well. This will kind of give a dark green, yellowy look. And then there was the progressive theme, which I had it on, which kind of features more digital dials. Now there's also another one on some models which is called understated. Quite simply, it just turns the screens right down and you'll just have your speed. So it's perfect for maybe driving on the motorway at night time and you just want to focus on the road and just need the speed. As soon as you press any other button, it will go back the way it was before. Now on some models you can also make the map full screen by going onto the bottom part, and then you can make this full screen. I do love this because you'll have your digital speed in the middle with a nice map there showing you exactly where you're going. And then maybe on this screen over here, maybe you want your music playing off your phone. But likewise, you can customize, put the map over here, and then maybe put maybe calls over here or media. The choice is yours. Now in the UK, there are things called Premium and Premium Plus packages. I won't run through those specifically just because over time they can change, but keep an eye out for things like memory seats or things like a panoramic sunroof, upgraded sound systems, or even larger wheels. There are loads of other things on those packages, but contact your local Mercedes-Benz or have a look in the brochures online and that kind of thing to see what the latest specification is. Now engines wise on the GLE, there are a few to choose from. So you have your usual diesel or petrol variants, but there's also the option of a plug-in hybrid as well. Just bear in mind, if you do go for that, you'll lose the 7-seater option, mainly because the underfloor storage space is replaced with the lithium-ion battery, but it does allow you to travel up to around about 60 miles based on a WLTP test, so that's quite good. However, if you wanted to go your usual diesel, there's a 2-litre diesel, 2 3-litre diesels on the GLE, but if you wanted to go the petrol, there's a 3-litre petrol and then 2 Mercedes AMG variants, one being the 53 and then the other one being the 63, that will go up to about 612 horsepower, which is pretty quick. I haven't seen one of those just yet, but if I ever get my hands on one in the future, I'll be sure to cover it on the channel. Guys, as always, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you liked what you saw, don't forget that like button down below, and do hit that subscribe button if you want to see more future videos like this, and you'll get a notification as soon as I upload a new video. Leave a comment as well if you have any suggestions about future videos, and I might just consider your suggestion. Thanks again for watching. See you all very soon.